you not want me to do in your ear? That does is make it more difficult to argue before the courts, presumably, that race was a primary factor or the primary factor in drawing the lines. Now, you said that that's a strategic advantage for Republicans. And you're exactly right, because when you start allowing states to eliminate Black and Latino electoral districts, which you can now do through redistricting without fear that you're going to be accused of being racially motivated, because it was, of course, in good faith, the Democrats lose seats because Black and Latino electoral districts traditionally favored Democrats. So two states come to mind, Louisiana and Florida. They can now reshape their maps to gain more House seats. And I don't know what the breakdown is projected in Louisiana, but as I mentioned a moment ago, the Republicans stand through the redistricting that went right through the House, because whatever DeSantis wants, DeSantis gets. Heavily favors 4 additional seats going to the Republicans. So your analysis is spot on, Agent, and I thank you for it. Meryl, followed by Errol.
Excuse me. I don't want to cough in anybody's. Oh, excuse me. You talked about the Democrats. I think the biggest problem Democrats always had is that they split. They never. You said splintered. That's what Democrats did, and Republicans never did that, and that's a problem. However, I don't expect that to happen this time. I don't. I think everybody keeps forgetting. We talk about the redistricting. Okay, that's a problem. That Democrats have never played dirty. Republicans always have dirty tricks. They'll do this. They do. They didn't let Obama pick a Supreme Court justice. You know, Mitch McConnell wouldn't let him do that. Democrats always let they didn't. They never said, hey, it's your last year, you can't. But they did that to Obama. They are ICE. The reason that he wants so much money is because I think Trump intends to have ICE people at voting where people vote. I think he plans on intimidating them. There is the redistricting. There's he's targeting states like Michigan, and said that we don't vote fairly, we don't vote legally, and that Trump won in Michigan and didn't, whatever it was, or Detroit, whatever it was. He wants to mess around with that. And one of the things, though, that and gas. Excuse me. Mile, Michigan yesterday had $4.99, and I think today I read it could go as high as $5.16. I'm not sure, but $4.99. There you go. $5 bet. I think that people disregard, and Republicans especially, the effect that the No Kings rallies might have. The hands off and No Kings rallies, and there's going to be a couple more before there'll be more. And I don't think they really take that seriously. And I don't think they understand all Democrats. That is not all Democrats. You got a lot of independents. And I don't think they understand that. When you look at that, if there's 7 million people, that's 7 million votes. But those 7 million are going to be asked to, do you know 25 people? Do you know 10 people? To get more votes, which is how you used to do. When you used to do campaigns in the state, you used to give people 25 postcards, say, send this out to 25 people. And that's how it would work. And that's what the No Kings thing is going to be. It's going to be, how many people can you get that aren't here today, but can you get to vote? And that's part of it. And I do think that should not be completely discounted. And the other thing is, I don't see costs going down by November or by August. because what you have with Trump, you've got somebody who's off the rails right now. Nobody is telling him anything. You can't have General Kane cannot talk to him about tariffs. And what you did today, what you saw today was, here you have Trump saying, well, yeah, you have Hegseth yesterday who was, it was abysmal. It was so bad. And they have not won the war. They have not yet won the war. And they're never going to get a peace agreement that's going to be better than what John Kerry put together. It's just not going to happen. And now what you've got is you've got Trump doing what Trump does. So today Trump is tariffs. And he's back to tariffs. I'm going to have tariff this country and that country. And he's mad at Europe, he's mad over here, and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. Well, that's how our prices started to go up before the war. Our prices were already going up. And now he thinks that if he does the whole tariff bit, is going to suddenly make, and the war's not over, and gas isn't going down that quickly. And when you talk about the stock market, we all have to remember, the stock market are investors. That's not your everyday people that are living who maybe don't even have $500 in the bank for an emergency, or people who don't have 5,000 even. So you have to take that into consideration. And you're talking about what the Democrats are going to have to point out, because they are going to have to, the deficit. They're going to have to talk about the spending. And it's insane what Trump is saying. We don't have enough money. We're not going to give kids lunches, and we don't have daycare, and we're not going to take all that food that's sitting on shelves expiring. We're not going to send that overseas to save malnourished children, starving children. We're not going to do that anymore. But you're going to give me money for my bunker. You're going to give me $700 million to redo the interior of the living quarters of the White House, and you're going to give me this much money for this, and I need this much money for the plane, to the gift that I got, and I have to have that all redone. It's insane, and that's not what people know. The more you read, the more you learn, and the Democrats are going to have to point this out. They're going to have to point out that when he asks for a lot of money, he's not just asking for ICE, not just asking for defense. Go take a look at what he's asking for himself. What is he getting, and what is his family getting? And why the Republican Congress, they're not doing anything about it. And this is all you can do. This is all the Democrats can do, is get the right message, stay on it, and hope that prices don't go down. And I don't see it there ever being able to go down from before the tariffs. And you've got farmers that are fighting more bankruptcies with farmers now than you've had before. It's a bad time. It's a bad time. You had Goldman Sachs saying they raised the percentage rate that they think. I think they said it's a 75% chance that we're going to have a recession soon. Have you heard that?
So I get all these arguments, but I don't hear you addressing the issue of the split within the MAGA base and how that affects them.
All right, now here comes the MAGA. All right, what are you giving MAGA? What's he giving them that's going to bring them together? What is it? I don't understand that. You're going to, if you say, okay, no more war, MAGA people are going to look and say, why do we have this war? Why did it cost this much? What is it that he can give the MAGA people to bring them together? That's what I'm wondering. I know that he's talking about the MAGA split. I understand Megyn Kelly. I understand all of that. But I'm not hearing what they are demanding that Trump can give them.
I think what they're demanding, what I hear them saying, is an end to the war. A real end.
A real end to the war means what? No, we're not going to be fighting anymore, but what does it mean that we lost a war? this is an embarrassment? Does it mean that they still can have they can still possibly make excuse me, weapons? They haven't lost what we're being told they lost so far. And I don't see, and then when you start talking about why did we spend $2 billion a day? I don't think that Trump can give the MAGA people, I don't think he's going to be able to you think Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to say, okay, everybody, now let's vote for the Republicans because the war's over? I don't think so. I think that some of these people are making a break, and I think that they want to run. I don't think that Trump can give them what they want. And I don't know that the Republican Party can do much more. They're already giving everything away. So I just don't see it. I see for the first time in the Republican Party doing what Democrats did for years and years and years. And I don't necessarily think that Trump can bring all of these people back together again. I haven't heard anybody tell me he can. Does everybody think that, what does the end of the war mean that would satisfy them? Does it mean we just bring everybody home?
I think it would. Now, I understand your counter argument to that, but the question you asked is what would satisfy them. And I'm not saying that I can speak on their behalf, but I am saying that based on what I hear them say, it seems to me that that's exactly what they want. They were not in favor of this military action in the first place. I think they were okay with the August 12-day war, where we were just dropping armaments from the sky and so forth. But once you put people in harm's way, have so many troops assigned to this conflict, this goes against what they say they voted for when they pulled the lever or pushed, however it is done, the button for Donald Trump.
Okay, but does that mean also then what he does is he's just doing what he's doing now? He just walks away. So that satisfies them. You just walk away.
I don't think it will satisfy you, and I don't think it'll satisfy me. But the question you asked is what would satisfy the MAGA base to maybe reunify them, and I think that's the closest thing to doing that. That would be the way he would do it. And knowing Trump, we have no idea what his game plan is. Well, it's 5:38 p.m., so we have no idea.
first round, bro. That beginning, like he said something about being a vampire and all that extra shit. Y'all might not catch that shit, but the nigga Tay-Rock had a battle with Burger Moot where he dressed up as a vampire, red eyes, and kept calling himself some kind of bloodsucker. So when he said that the vampires come, something about the vampires being out in day shit is weird now.
It's in the daylight.
Yeah. So that's what he's talking about, because that nigga was out in the daylight battling as like a vampire. Then y'all gonna hear some trend shit. He had trend his name, so when you hear like the niggas start breaking down the cars and shit like that, that's what he's talking about when he tell a nigga some. When he said that first part, he said something about
So his previous battle, he battled this nigga Ill Will, and he from Pontiac. So he said, I'm fresh off of Pontiac. I don't have them training issues. So he's kind of
a triple entendre to the whole situation Tay-Rock was dealing with, because he had the training shit, just battled Ill Will, so he just put all that shit together. Yeah, I'm not having training issues. That shit is cold.
Everybody who knows when he walked in with them things there, you know what I mean? Everybody was looking like, well, I don't know what you came in here with, boy. But whatnot. I remember that was a lot. The Summer Madness, he came in with the one Becky joint that looked like Kurt Angle. And then another line's too, because they say he be on that weird shit. So Tay-Rock girlfriend named Caution. So he said when Tay-Rock told me to take caution, it's not a warning. He trying to target some shit.
It's a bargain. That line was fire. He had another one.
That's the model line, the Tyson come up training line, the double entendre.
The Leah line was crazy.
That shit,
they say Rock's the boat. Like Wing is not the reason another legend go down or some shit like that. Like that shit was crazy. Like I don't know if anybody caught that shit. Nah, but Jada Knight was fire, man. That first, like his style is really like different from everybody else. Like he don't got a style that you could be like, oh, he's sounding so. He sounded nah. This is his lane, his style, and he just moves off on niggas, calling something Mad King, sound like some kind of character that could be a Mad King or whatnot. So I fuck with it. Like I fuck with that first round. Anybody else got anything that y'all heard that stood out to y'all?
And I was about it. I had like the same
Yeah, the same one, right? Alright, bet. Let's get into that Tay-Rock. Bottom is first.
You are a Samoan. Snippets of Samoan from Washington State. Victor.